welcome back. I've bought another project. On the CBR 600. It's 2000 plate with doesn't say how many miles. I feel like the guy said 20 something. It was pulled out of a hedge. He bought it and was going to restore it. Didn't get round to doing it, so now it's up for sale. I'm just pumping up the tyres so I can get it out. I do. Non-runner, but he has had it running. Carbs, battery. He's put new fluids and oil in it. I'm thinking I'm going to, if I can, because I've got a track day coming up, March 9th at Brands Hatch. Now I'm thinking I'm going to take this one, if I can get it done in time, and go up against the other CBR that I had that I sold to Tom. So I think this makes a tiny bit more power, like 5 brake horsepower. But let's see if let's get it out. Let's get these carbs off, give them a clean. I've got a new battery for it. Probably need to go over the brakes and stuff. And we'll see what we can do, see if we can get it going. So let me get it out. All right, it's out. So what have we got? Floor's a bit sticky. Bet those cables want oiling because they look dry as. We've got not the nicest bit of exhaust. It's had some terrible welding by the looks of it, but if it holds, it holds. That centre stand probably needs to go. We've got a monster of an exhaust. Brand new sprocket on the front. There's a sprocket and chain in a bag tucked away somewhere. Bit of oxidization. This might clean up. That's probably a bit of fuel. That pipe is tough as, but there's brand new genuine Honda ones that come with it. It's got a battery, but dead. Chinese lock set, so that means you have to hold the original key nearby to get it to start. Might do something with that, might not. Looks like we've got adjustable forks. Does it have anything at the bottom? Yep, fully adjustable, which is nice. My guess is this is because it didn't come with an airbox. It's got the clamps on it, which is nice. Yeah, it'd be nice to get the... It needs a clean, doesn't it? Double bubble screen. That CBR sticker needs to go. We've got some panels and a tank. Panels, not terrible, not amazing. I mean, they are, 26 years old. Bag of bits. It's got oil in there somewhere. There we go. And you can see that is fresh new oil. So I won't bother changing that. So I guess the first thing to do, oh yeah, it looks like it's had new pads on the front. New pads on the front, which you can you see them? Yeah, you can see them, yeah, there we go. I don't think it's got new pads on the back. No, but the piston's not rusty, which is nice. So we're gonna look to clean that up. Tyres are old. I think they're like 2007, I don't know, something old. they're still slippery here. Maybe someone's back to black them. That's strange. Where's the date? We're gonna find the date. Don't know. Yeah. So I'm gonna start off with getting the carbs off because they're gonna want to clean first. So yeah, let's get some tools out, get these carbs off, see what we got. So, slight stumbling block. The screws I need to do to get the carbs off are just here. I don't know how you're meant to get to it because there's no hole in the frame. There's no way you can get to it at that kind of angle. I have to do some Googling, but I might just do brute force to begin with just to get them off. Then worry about putting them back on after. Alright, carbs are off. They are actually quite clean, so I'm not actually expecting them to be that bad, but let's take one bowl off and have a look. See what we're working with. I think I'm going to have to order some new rubbers because these are rock hard. And I don't think I'll be able to get them back on the bike, to be honest with you. Yeah, these have been, I feel like they've been stored empty, which is good. Ah, they are pristine, aren't they? Let me find a flat blade screwdriver, get these jets out and just have a quick look. Yeah, I think these are immaculate. Probably didn't need to take these off. Let's get this main off. Ooh. Okay, let's go with a pilot jet instead then. Hang on, might put this down. Crystal clear, can see through that, no problem. Yep, that's crystal clear as well. Probably didn't need to worry about this in the slightest. Right, well I'll check the rest of these off camera. I'm going to order some new rubbers because these are rock hard. I don't think I can do anything with them. And then we'll look at getting the carbs back on, get the battery on, get some fuel in the tank. And see if we can get it to start. So that's quite a good little result. I might get these calipers off. Although it's got new pads, so I might pull the pads out and just give the pistons a bit of a WD, make sure they're clean. probably change this fluid because, well, actually, that looks like it might have been changed. Looks quite clear. So, yeah, might not actually need to do that much to it. Yeah. All right, just dug out the battery, which looks brand new. There's no dust on it, nothing. Showing 0.5 something volts. I thought, fuck it. Although I've bought a brand new one, it's in a box, I'll return it if this one comes back to life. So just plugged it in. It's getting some charge. I'll give it a little while and see what happens. Alright, it's the next day. These new carb rubbers have arrived. So I'm going to finish checking the float bowls, put these new rubbers on, get them fitted. And then I think it's going to be a case of changing the rubber hoses that go to the fuel pump, putting some fuel in it, and seeing if it starts. Fingers crossed. Let's get to it. Bike's in the garage. Carbs are here. I've just gone through the carbs. They're absolutely immaculate. So whoever worked on this last cleaned them up, left them empty, did a good job. But these rubbers, these rubbers are so hard. They'll never go back on, and I'm going to struggle to get them off. So heat gun, get them warm up, get them off. Still got one to remove off the engine. Now I've got some new ones. I'm going to heat them up, put them on, get the carbs back on, start replacing the little bits of rubber I've got, and see if we can get to start. I'm sure people have seen this before. Tormax. It's essentially OEM but white label. So my understanding is they're probably the original manufacturer, and then it gets relabeled as Yamaha, Suzuki, whatever. So these should be, in theory, if those are OEM, these should match exactly the same. Yeah, I'd say so, other than not fucked. Right, let's get his new ones on. I'm gonna warm them up and fit them on. All right, time to get the carbs back on. Hopefully it's not too much of a fight. This is always the fun part, isn't it? Getting the cables on there. Right, which one's to pull? Might need some new cables, so it might just free up with some WD. We will see. Alright, so that's that one. So that one must go that way. Go through there. Yep, cool. And into there. Right, right, I'm back. I've just attached the water pipes that went to the carbs because I forgot about them. I've not bottled this down, I'm just resting it loosely for the minute because I expect I'm going to need to give it a bit of spray to get it going. I'm going to replace this pipe next because it's rock hard, got no give. Got a brand new one that came with the bike. Then we can put the tank on, put some fuel in, and battery. I will have to go out and get some fuel though. And then if it runs, then we should look to get the carbs balanced, put the chain on, clean the brakes up a little bit, just make sure they're nice and free, change the fluid front and back. And then, although the tyres are really, really old, if everything works, I could book it for an MOT. That might need some future attention in, well, yeah, some future attention. Right, let me find that bit of pipe. Right, little result. We've got the lower bend one, which I'm not going to bother replacing, and the one I actually need to replace. So I'm going to get that off, put this one on. He says. I can't find my small grips. So I'm using these ridiculously large plumber ones, which are probably just going to get in the way, but we'll work with it. Well, that came off easier than I was anticipating. A genuine Honda. I don't want to jinx this, but so far this has been quite nice to work with. Which is a really nice change. All right, fuel tank. Okay, so it does have, okay, so it's got fuel gauge. Oh, it has. Wow. I wonder if it works. Right, what position is that on? Because it's got a tap on here. Okay, that's on. Right, on. Right, so we want that. The rubber, and come back. No, we don't have the clamp, but I've got clamps. But for the minute, we just want to see if it runs. So let's get that on there. All right, that's on. Wow, inside is not rusty, makes a change. This is going too smooth, so I'm wondering if the reason that this bike hasn't been finished, because the carb is so bizarre. The battery on it, like new, it's immaculate. Someone's changed the ignition and lock set. They've done the brakes front and back, but they might want a little tweak up. Yeah, cleaned carbs, blah, 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 bought the bits. Essentially, from all I can see, that all it really needed to be done was put some fuel in. And I just skipped that step because I assumed because it had been sitting, they were going to be dirty. But that doesn't mean it's a reason to skip the step. But now I've disturbed the carbs, will they leak? Right, let's get some fuel. I need to pop out and go get some. Chuck a battery in it, because it's on charge. The battery, to be fair, might have died. It was on 0.5 volts. I've had it on charge for the day, on and off, and it's sort of holding at 12.5 and then dropping to sort of 11 something. So it might have had it, but I do have a brand new one if I need to. Right, be back in a minute when we're ready to do its first start. Actually, before I start, I should probably get the battery on and just crank it for oil pressure. Let's do that. Let me go get a battery. Right. Battery. Facing this way. Right, positive first. negative if I can get to it. This one's choosing to be difficult. Right, there we go. I'm going to go straight on with the jump pack, just because the battery says it's got 12 volts, and that's probably not going to be enough to just keep it going. Turn it on. Right, let's turn the ignition on. Oh, so 21,000 miles. That's not bad, is it? Right, let's see if we can get that oil pressure light to go, which would be that one. There we go. Right. I'm gonna go get some fuel, and then we'll have a crack at starting it. Okay. I have returned with some petroleum. So get that in there. Hopefully the fuel pump is in a good working state. I haven't worked on one of these before, so I don't know if it primes when you turn the key on or what. But we didn't hear any noises earlier, so half will do for the minute. Let's do that. Because we don't know if the tank, well, the tank's going to be coming back off at some point. But right. Let's put the booster on. Bit of that, bit of choke. It's not looking promising. Right, no cigar so far. So, let's have a look at these fuses. We've got, what have we got? Position, turn, pass, fan, ignition, start. Well, I'm going to guess that they're probably all okay, because we have ignition lights. I can't get the soldering thing open. Okay. Here's what I might do. I might just drop a little bit of fuel down the carb inlets. See if that gets it going. I wonder if the pumps had it. Right, just charging the battery up. Whilst that's doing that, I'm going to get this apart and just give the cables a bit of a WD. See if I can make that return as it should. I won't record that, but I'll be back when maybe we've got some life around here. Right, with a little bit of persistence and putting the key in it like that, when I turn that, and that green light stays on, it means it can't see the key. If it goes out, it's found the key. So I've just managed to get it to start. So it sounds a bit rough, but let's see if it'll start again. Pretty sure there's a blow from the exhaust. Pretty sure. I think I'll get the carb balancer on there and have a look, see how bad they're out once it's warmed up.